Enterprise CMS architecture requires strict, scalable back-end data, but marketing teams demand front-end visual freedom. Historically, these two needs have been in direct conflict. Resolving this tension meant navigating a fragmented workflow. Editors had to jump between isolated silos to configure content types, adjust managed display settings, and organize block layouts. The Experience Builder initiative was engineered to solve this. Now, that experimental project has officially graduated into a core feature for Drupal CMS 2.0, taking the name Drupal Canvas. Canvas is a visual, component-based page builder. It operates entirely within the browser, functioning as the primary engine behind Drupal Starshot. Older site-building tools forced users to piece together layouts across multiple administrative menus. Canvas consolidates those tasks into a single, unified workspace. The interface gives non-technical users the complete drag-and-drop autonomy typically found in popular consumer platforms like Wix or Squarespace. Editors get immediate creative control, while the system retains the structured data and scalability that makes Drupal an enterprise powerhouse. To understand how this works, we have to map the underlying engineering, moving from atomic components all the way up to the developer integration layer. Canvas is the architectural bridge that connects SaaS-level editorial autonomy with structured enterprise data. Canvas architecture is built on the Single Directory Component, or SDC. Traditionally, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are scattered across different directories. SDC fuses all markup, styling, and logic into a single folder. This self-contained code makes every UI component modular and entirely portable. Older Drupal methods like paragraphs or layout builder relied on complex entity references and distributed template files to achieve similar results. SDCs scale to fit the immediate need. They can be as small as a call to action button or as complex as a dynamic hero slider. Atomic encapsulation guarantees a cleaner codebase. By keeping components isolated, it prevents the unstructured code bloat that typically occurs when scaling a large website. Looking at this isolated SDC block, we can see how components communicate through a mechanism called props and slots. Props, or properties, are the specific data inputs and configuration settings for a given component. Props allow editors to visually update background colors or heading hierarchies. Slots operate differently, providing designated drop zones. These slots strictly govern nested architectures, defining exactly where child elements can be placed. This nesting capability allows builders to construct complex, multi-layered layouts entirely from simple, interchangeable parts. Props and slots grant editors structural freedom on the front end without violating the strict data encapsulation rules of the parent component. Once the micro-component mechanics are established, that same logic scales up to handle macro-page architecture. This introduces layout patterns. Patterns are saved, pre-configured sections composed of multiple nested SDCs. Instead of starting from scratch, an editor can drag a complete pattern directly onto a new page. For instance, a user can drop in a fully styled Meet the Team grid, complete with image slots and text props already configured. Looking at this website wireframe, we see global regions. Canvas uses these regions to manage site-wide elements visually. Editing a global region once creates an automatic update that cascades across every single page. Combining patterns and global regions ensures strict design consistency across an enterprise site, while maximizing deployment speed for the editorial team. A strict visual builder usually raises a primary concern for developers regarding how they execute custom engineering. Canvas addresses this directly. This split-pane interface shows the built-in code component editor, integrated directly into the Canvas UI. Developers can write custom JSX logic inside this interface. JSX is a JavaScript syntax extension that lets developers write HTML markup directly within React code. Tailwind CSS is natively supported alongside the JSS. Tailwind is a utility-first CSS framework used to rapidly style custom designs without leaving the markup. The system compiles these custom components in real time, directly within the browser environment. Developers can use this space to build highly interactive elements, like custom pricing calculators or dynamic data-driven maps. This pipeline allows custom-coded logic to plug seamlessly into the exact same visual drag-and-drop asset tray used by non-technical editors. The Canvas framework is stable and ready for risk-free testing today. The easiest entry point is the specific Drupal Canvas template, available on the Drupal Forge platform. It features an express launch tool, which spins up a fully configured Drupal 11 site in under 5 seconds. It also provides a 6-hour sandbox experience. This creates a disposable site designed specifically for consequence-free, destructive testing. Editors can use this temporary sandbox to practice building layouts and nested patterns without risking their live production environments. For engineers, the template includes a built-in cloud development environment, or CDE. A CDE provides a fully functioning remote workspace directly in your browser. This environment comes pre-installed with VS Code, Drush, and Composer. Drush is a command-line shell interface for Drupal, while Composer is a dependency manager used to install PHP software packages. With full CDE access, architects can bypass the visual interface and directly inspect the underlying SDC and routing structures. Drupal Canvas successfully bridges the historical gap between content creation and code. It reconciles creative marketing autonomy with rigorous developer standards.